HEB is proud to present The Path, the 2018 football season insider show. No store does more than HEB. 20, and they will not catch him today. Brian London shoots through and drills loose the football at the 20-yard line. Drove on by Davis at the 19, and the Bobcats have the big play. For Hayes, he's got the catch inside the 5. Towards the goal line is the end. He's got it. After playing one of the top contenders in the Sun Belt Conference last week, the schedule doesn't get any easier for the Texas State Bobcats today as the Cats take on Detroit Trojans, the only unbeaten team left in Sun Belt Conference play with a perfect Sun Belt record of 6-0. Two receivers stacked left, single receiver wide to the right. On 3rd and goal for the 6, and the snap cut behind Sawyer Smith, and it's dove on by Marcus Jones back at the 21-yard line, making the 19, beg your pardon, and Troy will not get a shot on 3rd and goal. The Trojans showing a blitz, they'll bring 4. Vitt throws over the middle and caught at the 40-yard line by Hutch White. And the former Kerrville Tommy Adler has a Bobcat first down. Bobcats moving at the Troy 43. On 2nd and 8, Vitt off the play fake, fires a shot down the field for White. Turns and makes the catch inside the 20. Sent it out of bounds at the 10-yard line. What a strike thrown by Tyler Vitt. 2nd and goal from the 11. Trojans showing a blitz, they'll bring 5. Vitt throws middle towards the end zone, intercepted to the goal line. Out to the 5, to the 10, and taking it back to the 15-yard line. All the picks of Darius Ruckert, and Vitt threw that football right to him. Out of the shotgun, Vitt. Troy bringing a 4-man rush. Vitt looking to his left. On the rollout, the freshman steps up and throws complete at the 34-yard line for Jeremiah Haydell. First down, Texas State. Snap is back with the play fake to Twyford. Vitt throws over the middle, intercepted again at midfield to the 45 and down to the 40-yard line. Another Trojan INT, and again, it's Darius Ruckert. Smith with 3 wide, 2 men in the backfield. Snap is back out of the shotgun. Smith backpedal, steps up, throws left, passes, broken up. Anthony J.T. Taylor at the 30-yard line. Smith was looking for Whittemore, and it brings up 4th down. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Vitt play fake, throws over the middle for Keenan Brown on the screen. Running to his left to the 30, 35, 40-yard line, out of bounds. At the Bobcat 42. First down, Keenan Brown on a gain of 18. 2nd and 14 now for the Trojan 41. Snap back to Vitt off the play fake. Vitt throws a screen caught by Taylor Nell, picked off by Reese. Hunter Reese read the screen and takes the football inside the Bobcat 40 and down to the 39-yard line. Tyler Vitt's 3rd pick today from 42 yards out. Again, he did miss 2 kicks last week. The snap to set down the kick by Sumter. Has a leg again, and again it's good. It is good. And Tyler Sumter scored all the game's points. 3rd and 2 from the 33. Vitt out of the shotgun. Takes a belt tie snap. Play fake. Vitt steps up and throws. Pass batted and picked off again at the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. Tyler Murray, his 3rd pick this year, and a nightmare first half for Tyler Vitt continues. Smith back to throw, pressured, flushed out to his left, hit, and sacked. Ishmael Davis got him. Back to the 39-yard line, brings up 4th down. From their own 20, Vitt out of the shotgun, a 4-pick day for the freshman. Hands off to Twyford to his left, looking for some real estate, and explodes across the 30. He's off and running. Inside of midfield, inside the Trojan 45, out of bounds at the Troy 39-yard line. Have you some Caleb Twyford. Pistol snap to Vitt. Hands off to Twyford. Stumbling down to the 34. The ball may have come free. The Trojans say they've got it. What's the call? It's Trojan football. Troy's 5th turnover on defense in the first half. On first down, Vitt play fake. Pump fake now. Vitt takes a shot down the field for Haydell. The pass overthrown and picked off at the 40-yard line. Haydell was well covered. 2 defenders were there. And the man picking it off, Blaze Brown. First down for the Troy 41. The deepest the Bobcats have been in the second half. Out of the gun, Vitt takes a belt tie snap. Off the play fake, going deep to his left. He's got Mason Hayes at the 15. Inside the 10. Down to the 3-yard line. Gorgeous throw. Tyler Vitt to Mason Hayes, and the Bobcats are in business. Ball left hash, high snap, handoff Taylor up the middle. Anthony Taylor lumbers into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. Third down and 11 at the Bobcat 43. Bobcats bringing a blitz. Smith hands off. B.J. Smith, no sir. Tackle to the 40-yard line. Brings a fourth down and 8. Troy showing a blitz. They'll bring 4. Vitt, pressured, steps up. Vitt can run. 15, 20, has a block. 25, first down and more. Across the 30. Down to the Bobcat 32-yard line. First down, Texas State. Saw the Cats convert on 3rd and 9 earlier in the drive. This so 3rd and 15 to have to reach their own 44 to move the chains. Troy showing a blitz. They'll bring 4 again. Vitt, play fake, steps up, pressured, sacks. The game comes down to this. 3rd down and 7, Troy. They're making 8 from their own 29. Snap to Sawyer Smith. Rolls out to his right. Looking to run across the 35 and across the 38-yard line. He's got the first up to the 40. Sawyer Smith carried out the quarterback power, and the Trojans will be able to run out the clock and win this game. What an effort by the Bobcat defense, but it just isn't enough. Final score from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Trojans 12, Bobcats 7.
I'm Brett Ramsey. I've worked at H-E-B for over 40 years. Here, our team developed the Cody brand. These are coolers and tumblers that really stack up against other high-performance brands. They're as tough as Texas and perfect for all the things we love. And made with the highest quality at the best price, or we wouldn't put the H-E-B name on it. So enjoy keeping it cold without getting burned by the price. This is the Cody department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
When you're ready for a car that's kayak friendly, or you're just ready for a downsize, we approve. UFCU, with rates that challenge the big guys and people who understand your journey. We have auto loans for whatever life you want to live. Apply today at ufcu.org/myauto.
Hear that? That's 50,000 Texans. That's how many of us pick Texas Oncology every year. Every one of us has a story just like mine, about being so much more than just a patient. So start your story with Texas Oncology and see why they're my team.
Yeah, it's always a tough thing. This is the life that we have chosen, as we say, and it is a big boys business, and we understand, while not maybe necessarily agreeing all the time, but we do understand that it is a wins and loss business at the end of the day, and certainly other things are important, but we all recognize in here that the results were not what any of us wanted, so we are where we are. My job is now to just kind of oversee the program and add my input where I think it's important, and maybe make some changes, things that I feel very strongly about. But the staff is still the staff, and the staff is going to work on their appropriate sides of the football, again with some input, maybe a little different direction, and some what's being called and when it's being called. But overall, it's a little late in the game, I think, to be changing. And to me, the biggest thing that our players need right now is direction and just kind of a rudder, and I think you felt that in the meeting last night. But we had a great session this morning. I was really proud of them for kind of shaking it off and focusing for a couple hours. And that's what we talked about last night. You can be disappointed all you want. I'm sure you will be, but At the end of the day, we do have a job to do, and I was proud of them this morning for being able to do that, and we had a good practice.
When I got here, we all talked about it, and I mean, we were upset. I mean, we love the guy. I mean, he's been a mentor to us. He's I mean, ever since he's gotten here, he's fought for us. He's swung left and right for us, and I mean, that man is literally the reason why I'm on scholarship is because of that man.
Smith back to throw, pressured, flushed out to his left, hit, and sacked. Ishmael Davis got him. Back to the 39-yard line, brings up 4th down. Smith with 3 wide, 2 men in the backfield. Snap is back out of the shotgun. Smith backpedal, steps up, throws left, passes, broken up. Anthony J.T. Taylor at the 30-yard line. Smith was looking for Whittemore, and it brings up 4th down.
What made it a perfect game plan was the simplicity of it and putting our players in position to play. And then they had to go make the plays. And that's why we played well, is because we did our part, which is to draw X's and O's on a chalkboard and get them in the right spots, but the guys learned it and they executed it and they believed in it, and then they went out and played in defensively in some bad situations, and this is a player's game.
One thing I love that Coach Wood said is that he came in when he came in when the dirt was already under the rug, right? And so, I mean, he took what was there and he made it better, which is what we always talk about. What's there, what you're good at is improve it. And so he did. And he's given us, I would say Coach Wood's best attribute is giving us confidence, putting us in the right position at the right time to make a play. And I think he's done an excellent, I mean, I can't say he's done excellent. I mean, he's done better than excellent at making sure that the right guys in to make the right play at the right time, making sure you're in the right hole at the right time. And, I mean, it's one heck of a coach.
You know, another talented team. They got a lot of very talented playmakers I know on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen them a lot on defense as part of the breakdowns through the year. I may actually be a little more familiar with their defense at this point than their offense, just from having seen them as breaking down some opponent offenses to this point. They're a very talented team. They're a very, very talented team. They're always good up front on the defensive line. I know that, and they have a couple guys that are pretty good, that can cause some havoc for you, and they challenge you on the outside on the defense. You know, they're not overly flashy, but they just go play, and they try to play hard and well. And offensively, you know, they've got really tall receivers. They've got some big skill that they'll challenge you on the outside part of the field with jump ball type of situations. And I'm pleased with our guys. You know, I think that's probably the biggest jump we've made as a team, as a defense right now, is our guys in the back end are really playing well. You know, they were a little inconsistent earlier in the year, but that's how it goes when you got young guys, and we're playing our best ball in November, which is what you want to do. So those guys are playing with confidence, and I kind of think the game's going to come down to that, is how well our DBs continue their improvement and match up against their pass game, because, you know, the quarterback, I believe, was at OU. I think he was there before I was there and transferred out, but you know, really talented guy. He's a gunslinger now. He'll zing it around pretty good. But you know, they're one of the top teams in the conference for a reason. They got a lot of good players, and you know, it'll be a challenge that we're really excited about.
It's been a long road. Yeah, I'm gonna be emotional, obviously, on Saturday, and I know T. Watt's gonna be emotional too, Sherman, and yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna give it all my all. I'm gonna pour it out on the field like I do every Saturday, but I just know that it's gonna be my last game, so you know, it's always like that little extra that you didn't know you had or you thought you didn't have. It's obviously gonna come out on Saturday.
Show off your tailgating skills and team pride, and you could win a $100 H-E-B gift card and bragging rights. To participate, all you have to do is show your team spirit by decking out your tailgate site and displaying H-E-B products in a creative way.
The Learfield Directors Cup. the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
We come from many different places to the green hills of Texas. We bring our dreams, our ambitions, and a desire to do more. We put in the work every day because winning takes preparation, teamwork, and leadership. Our sweetest victories are in developing new technologies, solving problems, honing our talents, and sharing what we learn. At Texas State University, winning is making our tomorrow better than today.
With the final week of the regular season upon us, 6 Sun Belt Conference teams have already become bowl eligible, and half of the league, 5 teams, are still in contention for the Sun Belt title. The 2 co-champions of the Sun Belt, Troy and Appalachia State, will play for the East Division title this Saturday in Boone, and the winner of that game will host the inaugural Sun Belt Conference Championship game the week after. Meanwhile, in the West, 3 teams have a shot at the division title: Arkansas State, ULM, and Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns simply need a win over the rival Warhawks to clinch the West Division title. Arkansas State needs a win over the Bobcats and a ULM win over Louisiana, while the Warhawks have to beat the Cajuns and hope the Bobcats take down Arkansas State this weekend.
It's a very diverse league. I know I can just speak at this point on the offenses that we faced. I mean, we faced a triple option. We faced an air raid team. We faced some more traditional spread personnel teams, which is good. That's the fun part of it. You know, to me, that's the fun part of the strategic piece of the game of trying to match up against these things. But there's a lot of really good players in this league that I found. You know, a lot of really good players. So it's a good league. You know, and I enjoy the piece of having to play to try to be at your best late in the season, and that's how you figure out where you're at as a coach and as a program if you've prepared your players well.
It's worth noting that the winner of the inaugural Sun Belt Conference Championship game will earn an automatic berth into the New Orleans Bowl, one of 5 bowl tie-ins this year for the Sun Belt Conference. The others include the Dollar General Bowl in Mobile, the Arizona Bowl in Tucson, the Cure Bowl in Orlando, and the Camellia Bowl in Montgomery. In the East, 3 teams have become eligible: Troy, Appalachia State, and Georgia Southern. In the West, the 3 teams that have become eligible are Louisiana, Arkansas State, and ULM. And the Sun Belt could have an additional team become eligible this weekend as Coastal Carolina seeks its 6th win of the year as they take on South Alabama. For The Path, Texas State Football, I'm Brian Freeman.
Hey Bobcats, make sure to show your love and follow the Bobcats on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and their YouTube channel.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
We come from many different places to the green hills of Texas. We bring our dreams, our ambitions, and a desire to do more. We put in the work every day because winning takes preparation, teamwork, and leadership. Our sweetest victories are in developing new technologies, solving problems, honing our talents, and sharing what we learn. At Texas State University, winning is making our tomorrow better than today.
Cutting down our top 5 plays of the 2018 season, we start with the first game of the year. The Bobcats taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, where Cordell Rogers comes up with a pick 6. Shotgun snap back to Sikowski on the run, throws, pass, intercepted at midfield to the 40, 30-yard line, near sideline, breaking a tackle inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. The Bobcats' biggest breakout play this year has arguably been tight end Keenan Brown, who comes through with our number 4 play against rival UTSA in the Alamo Dome. UTSA showing a blitz, they bring 6. Great protection, has time, rolls out, throws towards the 5-yard line, caught by Brown, slips a tackle, runs into the end zone, touchdown Texas State.
And I'll tell you what, you can give credit to Tyler Vitt for keeping his eyes downfield, not abandoning ship.
Play number 3 is a record-setting 82-yard fumble return touchdown by Bobcat senior A.J. Crossan. A deep drop, lasers a pass over the middle, got a receiver, and the ball jarred free, picked up by Crotchet. On the return to the 30, has blockers across midfield, running left to the 40, to the 30, and they will not catch him today. Touchdown, Texas State. Play number 2 comes on throwback days. Deshaun Wattie seals the Bobcat win over New Mexico State with a pass breakup in the end zone.
On 4th and 5, Adkins back to throw. Throwing deep to his right. Has a man down. Turns, the pass is incomplete. Broken up by Deshaun Wattie. And the Bobcats are going to win this game.
And our top play of the year is the Bobcats' longest play from scrimmage this season. An electrifying 93-yard touchdown pass, Willie Jones to Jeremiah Haydell. On 2nd down, deep ball for Haydell. Turns, makes a catch at the 40-yard line. Off and running inside the Panther 30, inside the 20, and they will not catch him today. Touchdown, Texas State, 93 yards.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Welcome back to The Path, Texas State football. The Bobcats have played championship caliber teams each of the past 2 weeks against Troy and Appalachia State, and they will again this Saturday as they take on Arkansas State. For more on the Red Wolves, we are joined by Matt Stoles from the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network. And Matt, thanks for joining us. Let's start with the fact that Arkansas State began conference play 1-3, but since then, the Red Wolves have won 3 straight to include a win over ULM this past Saturday that has created a 3-way tie for first place in the West Division. What's been the biggest factor behind this late season surge for Arkansas State as the Wolves have climbed back into contention for the West Division title?
Well, I think just putting it all together, we had some games early in the year, Brant, where maybe the offense was performing well and the defense didn't show up as much, and then vice versa. We've had some games where the defense really showed out and the offense would move the football but not be able to punch it in once they got in the red zone. But you look over the course of the last 3 weeks, and the offense has really been clicking. They're performing at a very high level. Justice Hansen is leading the league in pretty much every category, top 15 in the country, and, areas like total offense, points responsible for, passing yards. He's having a fantastic senior season. It's really been a complete effort over this 3-game win streak.
Now, playing for conference championships is nothing new in Jonesboro. The Red Wolves have won 5 of the past 7 Sun Belt Conference titles. This stretch began back in 2011, which also saw the beginning of a revolving door of sorts for head coaches who parlayed their success from Arkansas State to other head coaching jobs. But Blake Anderson, who got the job in 2014, is now in his 5th season at Arkansas State. What has made him such a good fit for the program?
Well, I think his message has been consistent. He preaches faith, family, and football, and fun as well. And those 4 F's, if you will, have kind of been the theme, and it stayed that way throughout his 5 years at Arkansas State. When he came in, he was the 5th head coach in 5 years, and this is wrapping up his 5th season at Arkansas State. He's won a couple of conference championships, and you look at this program overall, Brant, 5 conference championships in 7 seasons. And, I think his consistency and his message overall has been a big reason for that.
Now, Matt, you brought up his name earlier, Justice Hansen, the reigning Sun Belt Conference Offensive Player of the Year, who has thrown 25 touchdown passes this season, by far the most in the Sun Belt Conference. How locked in has Hansen been in his senior season for Arkansas State?
Well, he's been phenomenal. And you look at what he did last year, he set the Sun Belt record for passing touchdowns in a single season with 37. You look at his numbers this year, 25 touchdowns to just 6 kicks. So, he's done a better job of protecting the football this year. And you look at this team overall over this 3-game win streak, A-State has not turned the football over at all. And I think that's a big reason why the Red Wolves continue to win football games. Justice and just his poise. He never gets 2 up or 2 down. He's about the most even-keeled quarterback that you'll ever see. Just a great leader. His teammates love him and respond to him well. He's fantastic through the air, but he's also a threat on the ground. He's one of the leading rushers on this team. He has 6 rushing touchdowns, so he can also hurt you with his feet.
Now, the defense lost so much from last year. Players like Javon Roland-Jones and D. Liner up front, Chris Wilson at linebacker, Blaze Taylor in the secondary. Yet the defense has been really good again this season. How has Arkansas State been able to fill those holes and string together another strong unit this year?
Well, I think it's been a process. You had some young guys that you really had to kind of get some experience in the first half of the year. And that's a big reason why A-State started out slow to begin conference play. But we've really seen them come around over the course of the past few weeks. And, you look at a guy like Jerry Jacobs at corner. He's a sophomore transfer, played 1 year of JUCO ball, and I think if he waited another year, we wouldn't have had a chance on him. But we really believe he's the best corner in the league at this point. He's just been a lockdown guy. He almost completely shut out Penny Hart and Jamarius Way, 2 of the better receivers in the league. But you look at the defensive line and, losing a guy like Javon Roland-Jones, who was second on the all-time FBS sack list, that's a big loss. But Ronheen Bingham has done a great job at coming in and kind of filling his shoes. And we believe he's a Defensive Player of the Year front runner at this point. He leads the league in sacks with 9. He leads the league in tackles for a loss. Just a very, very disruptive player. It's been a big part of this current win streak.
Saturday's game was a must-win game for Arkansas State in order for the Red Wolves to play in the inaugural Sun Belt title game the week after. As for the Bobcats, it's been a tough week and what's been a tough season for Texas State, although the Bobcats just played a championship-caliber team like Troy down to the wire a week ago. What do you think the game comes down to this weekend with so much on the line for Arkansas State?
Well, I think the Red Wolves need to come out and get off to a quick start because we saw that last week if you don't come out and score early against a very good Texas State defense, then they can hang around and have a shot. And, I think that hurt Arkansas State earlier this season when they went to Georgia Southern and had several chances early in the ballgame to score in the red zone, and they just weren't able to push it in. And that kept Georgia Southern in the ballgame, and eventually, Georgia Southern won in the final minute of that contest. So I kind of compare it to that. I mean, Texas State is a very good defense. They're ranked in the top half of the league in pretty much every defensive category right now. Blake Anderson is well aware of that, well aware of what the Bobcats did against Troy last week. So they know they need to score early and try to provide a little bit of a knockout punch early on, because otherwise this Texas State team has proven over the course of the last few weeks that they can certainly stay in ball games and have a chance to win.
All right, thanks, Matt. And that's going to do it for this week's show and for our coverage of the 2018 season. On behalf of the Texas State football program and Texas State athletics, I'm Brain Freeman saying thank you for tuning in all season long, and we'll see you next year. HEB is proud to present The Path, the 2018 football season insider show. No store does more than HEB.